Everything is looking good. Everything is accounted for, planned for everything. Nothing is unexpected, but we'll see. I don't know what can go wrong at the moment. We are still in the middle of harvest here in July, and there's rain coming. We need to hurry up. Welcome back to another episode of the Countryside Lands. We are here continuing the harvest. Now we're done with the oats. Now it's just the barley left on this field here, and then after that it's a little bit of canola on tiny. So without any further ado, I'll jump ahead on time-lapse here. Well, now I decided I wanted to start the time-lapse and do the whole harvest on time-lapse, but I just realized quickly that I really have to do this here instead, because I don't really think I can do the... Oh no, I don't think I can do this on a worker really. And I need to, you know, make the fields here available for the mulcher to work. Now mulching isn't really any thing we have to do before rain. It's definitely the harvest. That's pretty much the only thing. I would like to collect the straw bales first before before it starts raining. You know, it's not gonna punish us for not doing it, but when I can, it's nice to kind of play along, you know. Now, other than the harvest today, oh no, there you go. There isn't much on the agenda, at least not for July. Okay, I just completely missed. I missed it perfectly, I think. Well, yeah, let me just get them out of the way so the worker can start. Last time I sold all of the bales that I produced, and that's the trailer over there. Oh, no! Okay, luckily there's a mechanic that, you know, auto-flips me kind of. I think that's just in game. What I was saying is that last time I sold the bales, and I think I'm gonna do the same here because I just don't need that many. I might keep 2, maybe 3 bales, but those I can do, you know, from field 33 that I haven't baled yet. Now, the sky doesn't look like rain, so I don't think it's all that too soon. Alright, he's full on a perfect place. I can actually just... Oh no, I have oats in here, I think. Yeah. I need to bring those oats back to the... What is it called? The silo. I need to bring those oats back to the silo. You see here? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have 11 small straw bales, and I think we use 1, maybe 2 per load of TMR, and 1 load gives us half a year, I think, of feed or something. So, you know, we're definitely set for a while. And last time I got about 12,000 for the bales on Honeyfield, so I think I'm just gonna sell it. It's good to have that extra cash on hand, really. Alright, I'll just leave it here to unload, then I'll have to move it out of the way in a bit. Oh, I keep killing the engine. But yeah, like I've said, the next big goal really is to buy the grain mill. That's 288,000, so we are a bit of a ways off at the moment. And oh, that's good enough, but I wanna tie it down just in case. But that's why I'm trying to sell the bales, really, to just get us closer to that goal. I think this winter we will reach it, just because we have so many pallets of bread, we have so much honey being produced. All the oat we've been harvesting, and the barley is going to be turned into flour, which then is going to be turned into bread. So we still have like 3-4 months of production before we can sell it even. So, and I think it's like 5,000 per bale almost. Oh, not bale, per pallet, sorry. Of bread, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that wasn't good. Also, this is not the best way, I don't think, to actually stack them. I think it's better to do this way, to let them, sit or lie down, really, instead of stand up. There you go. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, it just couldn't see it. 2, 4, 6. Alright, that means 3 more to go here, and then I can put this tractor on the mulching. Alright. Now that was the baling removed, or bales removed, sorry. Now, I don't need to drive this far away, actually. I think I can fill this up just from this one path. Not path. What am I? My words are just disappearing from me right now. Field. That's what I was looking for, but I don't know why I said path. I can see no correlation between those two words, really. But yeah, last episode I mentioned that I thought I was quicker to windrow them, but I think I can only drive the windrower at 15 kilometers an hour. So technically, if I can do 2 passes of baling for 17 an hour, that's quicker than 115 and 117. Not by much, but it's a little bit quicker. Alright, this is going to be the last bale, and that means 4 bales on this field total, roughly. The harvester is also full for the second time. Again, I can't remember exactly how large the trailer is, the grain trailer. So I'll have to see. But first, I'll just pick up these here and position the baler for future work. Now, there is a point to be made about windrowing, because you can see how messy it tends to be. With the windrowing, this disappears. It's just the one good line instead of 3 converging. That is 8,000 more liters. I think he has less than 2,000 left. Not even maybe 1,500. So I'll just leave this here and go get the windrower. Still no rain. It's been an hour since I last checked. Let me take a look at the thing here, actually. Okay, it's at 8 PM, so 4 more hours. We're still very good then. Now, before I truly decide anything, I need to take a look at the crop rotation and see what is supposed to go in there. I think it might be, or into these fields, I think it might be some sort of winter crop. Wheat, barley, or canola. But we'll take a look later. I doubt that I will forget it, but there's always the possibility. Alright, that's all the harvest in for the year. Or at least this side of summer. That is 17,000 liters of barley, around 40,000 of oats, and then 3,000 roughly on canola. That's combined about 60,000 liters of grain and crops that we have produced this year. I've never taken, stock of it before, so I don't know if it's better than before, but what I do know is better than before is the yield percentage. All the fields are above or at 100%. Let me show you. I think they're all at 100, yeah. Some dip below 95, maybe 90, So we're definitely at like 97% for the year. And that's pretty nice. I think that is mostly due to the cover crop, actually. And then, of course, our nitrogen sensor and mulching and everything, We're doing dozens of different things, and they're all contributing. I don't know if this is the right way around, actually. Yeah, it was. Okay. Now, okay, the harvester lives there. I'll put him here. And I will take a look at... Actually, no, I need to... This one is done mulching, so what I need to do now is gather the bales from the other field and start mulching. And then, of course, bale... Oh man, that's a lot of straw. I cannot wait to see how much we can get for that. Speaking of, well, I'm just coasting down there. Let's see. Straw is best in December. So, yeah, if I can stockpile them somewhere, I will try to do that. And then we will see. Last time I could have spent some time probably to stockpile them. But, it felt like a waste of time. Alright. Now I do know the sheep soon, at least, will need water. We do have more than enough hay. Our cows, I think I've recently fed them the TMR. So they should be good. And then, yeah, everything is looking good. Everything is accounted for. There's a plan for everything. Nothing is unexpected so far. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what can go wrong at the moment. At least not horribly wrong. This guy also needs fuel. Both the harvester and this tractor. Alright, I'll just put it here to begin with, so that they're out of the field. And man, that mulcher rolled far. I dropped it up at the corner there. I might go over to August towards the end of this episode if there's nothing left for us to do in July. If for nothing else than just to advance time. But I'll definitely have to do the animal tasks first. Oh no. Didn't mean to turn there. Okay. I think what we have just here on screen by the water mill or well is more than enough for a few years of TMR, I think. Might need some more hay though. Actually, before I do this, I'm gonna refill the fuel on this tractor because it's just... it feels very empty. Alright, put the worker on there. Now, before I continue, it just looks like I think we've had more calves. Let me see. Yeah, there's 3 generations of calves, I think. The original cow, and then this is the first generation. Hello. And then this little guy here, and that teenager sorta there. I think milk production should be through the roof soon. Let me see how we are going. Diesel, I don't think that's milk. Yeah, 4,000. How's the capacity though? Yeah, we have just this month actually, newborn calves. Nice. And we do have... Okay, we do have a lot more capacity for the milk, so I'll just wait. I think we can definitely afford the grain mill come December, January, maybe February even. But as for one last time this year, let me time-lapse the baling. It's been a lot here, but it should be fine. And there you have it. You are free from baling time lapses. The tractor skipped a part here. The mulching tractor. I'll have a look at that real quick. Just want to put this away. Somewhere here, I think. So, yes, you seem to have misunderstood the assignment a little bit, but that's no problem. I can fix that. Is it maybe because I don't? Yeah, I don't think because I don't have a front weight on this. Maybe it just didn't. Yeah, it doesn't register this. That's kind of weird. Okay, now it does. Let me try from this angle, this side. It sounds like it's making contact. Yeah, I think it's a front weight issue. But that's no real problem, actually. You know, it's a few square centimeters at most. But that shouldn't be no real trouble. I'm just trying to not hit everything on the way here. Now it's time to mulch this one. I don't have to mulch tiny, I don't think, because it chops the straw. So let's see. Yeah, it registers as mulched. This only needs something there. Now, since basically one of the tractor is available to us at the moment, let me take a look at this. Oh no, I can't remember. Field 31, I think that is Honeyfield. Can I see if I... No, it doesn't say... Doesn't tell me this name because I've changed it, but that's fine, I think. I think that was the case. This is 31, and this is 32. 29, 30. There is no coherent system, I don't think. But that means there was oats, so we have canola there. And if we had oats on there, that means we are back. Yeah, I skipped the barley because I messed up. Okay, that's why. That means we're at wheat without cat's crop. That's good. and both of those are next month, I think. Next and the next and the one after that, so we can't do anything there. What about 81? That is coming off barley, going into wheat, but that's oilseed radish in between. That means we can put it in, I think. Where's oilseed radish? There, yeah. That's something I can do. And then 33. That was oats. That's going into wheat as well. So we're still looking at a lot of grain production. Sorry, it's this one I need. I need the front loaders again. So yeah, what, one canola field, 2 wheat fields, and 1 oilseed for now, and that's gonna be turned into... Hold on, is that a good thing? 81. Okay, so it's gonna be for a long time on oilseed radish. Now, just because I go from barley to oats after oilseed radish, but then this can't have the oilseed radish. Yeah, that's good. Okay. That means we get more oats. And yeah, so we're coming off barley into oilseed radish and then oats in the spring, instead of having nothing in the spring until wheat. We're squeezing a little bit of oat in there, because that means oats are a March. Yeah, they will be harvested before we can plant the wheat either way, so there's never an overlap like what happened with sunflowers and barley last time on 80, or on Gregory, I think it was. But yeah, that's nice. That means today we can plant oilseed radish into this field. That's the last one to be harvested. A little bit of a mess up on my part. I should have really taken a look at my crop rotation plan first, and maybe started on this one instead of honeyfield, but it's honestly not really a problem. Now I'm just gonna align them roughly same here, so that means I can use the front forklift, yeah, that's a perfect mix. The forklift, young Heinrich one, on this concrete patch here to load them in the meantime, you know, when I'm doing something else with workers. Alright, can I grab this in one go? Nope, I can grab this in one go. Nope. Oh, just yes. Nope. Okay. What? Okay. This is on here. Nice. Then I can grab them from this side. Bam. Nope. Only one of them. Okay. This is gonna be a mess. There you go. It's a beautiful mess. That's the most important. Actually, I need to... I didn't check Tiny. Let me take a look at that one before I decide. Actually, let me put a worker on this guy here. So, Tiny... That just came off canola, so that's oilseed as well until corn next spring. That's reasonable. Now, animal feed, that is what I am calling grass fields, the previous clover fields. And I've basically disregarded field number 1. So I'm only thinking of this one here. I think I've had 1 grass harvest yet. And this one can then take carrots. I could do it now, but I don't have the equipment. And the equipment really is not... You know, I want to get the grain mill first. So we're not gonna have to, it's gonna be grass until April. But actually, how much is the equipment? And is any of it on sale? Nope. That's not what I meant to do. There you go. Vegetables. This is... Oh, I need this as well to create the riches. I think. So you can plant your vegetable afterwards. So yeah, make the riches, and then I go over with this. This doesn't look like it has a lot of seed capacity, but carrot seeds really aren't that large. And then afterwards I would have to harvest with this. And yeah, this is just a cultivator. Okay. So I'm looking at a startup cost of like 45,000. That is almost what we have. Is that something? Is it? We're gonna set us back way far if we do this. Now there is financing. 4,000 per month. Would that be a thing? 4,000 there and 2,000 there. So we're looking at 8,500 to get started. I think we're gonna do that. Also, this is the last month to do that, and we need to get it done then now. So let's... Yeah, I think... Also, the oilseed radish, that is... I still have a few more months to get that done, so I don't have to worry about that. So, let's go ahead and do that. Start with this one. Ooh, 160. That's definitely our larger one. Financing for only half a year, the shortest amount of time. That's going to cost us a lot. We might not be able to afford the guy, the thing with the grain mill. Yeah, that's the one. But we're only... Okay, 6,800 down. Well, I was thinking of 8,000. What? But that's 7,000 we have to have in the bank account at the very least, then plus the other things. But yeah, this is exciting, I think. You know, we have to do something, you know, instead of just plan everything and take the safe route. I have to risk a little bit. You know, because the carrots are probably gonna propel us a little further on. You know, there could be a point to, you know, the increased yield just from the rotation plus the price of the carrots themselves that are going to offset the cost of growing them. Maybe not completely in the first year, but they are gonna, you know, work towards it. And after half a year, we own this, all of these things here. I can't remember what kind of seeds I have, so I'll just buy more here. And I probably won't be able to bring them with me. Nope. That's fine. I don't think that's... don't think we're going to use up all of these seeds here. But look at that. We do have some new equipment on the farm now. Alright, let me just put the seeder, or planter I guess it is. No, it's not really, it's a seeder, I think. Whatever. I'm putting it to the side there so that I can get going here. Now, does this work as a plow, or do I have to plow the thing first? Oh no, I have to do some plowing. That on its own is gonna take a while. Here's the plow. It's been sitting here for 3, maybe 4 years. Just get into the right position here. Now, it isn't the smallest plow, that can be said, but it Plowing, of course, is always very slow. And I do think I should use the front weight, and not this small one, but the red one that's up here. Also, judging on how little tomatoes we have, I think it's out of water. And the mulcher is almost done. We're getting a lot done. That's pretty nice. I really hope this is the right thing and it doesn't reset the... No, don't go. There you go. You go down. And I... Oh no, not this button. This one. I'm not going to allow to create fields because I don't need it. 12 kilometers an hour is more than I expected though. Also, am I doing this right? I think I was supposed to do it the other way actually. Let me just jump out and see here. Nope, it actually records the previous fruit, so that's good. That should give us the yield increase. You know what, I'm gonna try something here. I think I can trust the worker to do this. And then I can stop the worker here and take over from this guy. The little last two or three trips. And then if this can run the seeder, which I don't think it can, but if it can, I can start seeding one of the crops. The oilseed radishes. Actually, first though, I need to do the water rounds that I can. I think that might have been our one of the mistakes we made is let the greenhouse run empty. Alright, that's everything mulched for this year. Perfect. Actually, now come to think of it, maybe it would have been enough to cultivate. Well, it's working already. I'm not gonna interfere again. But yeah. Mulcher, you can live somewhere. Just put you here. Of course. It's just spun. Oh, it's gonna be fun to try to get to that next year. Oh, yeah. Okay, you don't need grass, you do oil seed radish. There you go. Now it's... it was 81, right? 81 goes from barley to oilseed, right? And then tiny goes from canola to oilseed. Yeah, I guess I'll start with tiny because it's smaller, and that means we have progressed technically faster. It feels that way at least. Oh man, I don't know what they call it, but I completely forgot what I just talked about. The water. Let me fix that and then I'll get back to seeding. Alright, just one little strip left. And then we are done. Now, I have run out of time for today, so I'm gonna have to split the work of July yet again. This is the second episode, so we will be in 3 episodes, I think, starting at least next episode in July as well. That is just because we need to do so much. Yeah, this guy is almost done. We will continue next time. But I wanted to thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and that you join next time when we put carrots in and get over to August and start maybe putting canola into the honey field. We'll see. Until then, take care. Remember to like and subscribe on your way out, and goodbye.